Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. I am back on and recap about analysis that I did earlier in the day about the whistleblower that spoke on what could have transpired in the last general election. And I know that when I did that analysis, Kenyans really got interest and people were asking me questions. I just sampled through the comment section and I decided to come back and do another take. I actually advanced different theories. One of the theories was that whistleblower maybe were acting on behalf of Kenya Kwanza team. The other one was that it could be they're working on the interest of Raila Odinga. Okay, for those who did not follow up, Jeremiah Kioni, the Secretary General of Jubilee, gave a report that a whistleblower had posted or had given some data that was posted on a whistleblower website that Raila scooped 8 million votes against William Ruto's 5.7 million votes in the last general election. So I've been trying to just dig deep and see what could be behind this, and I just want to trace first on this. For those who did not watch that video, I would urge you to watch it. It's in this channel. I am talking about it. It's the video. Is he the Gidongo's undercover expose? So if you check that title, that is the video. What happened? Let's look at the events leading to that presser. Azimio met to give a press briefing on the murder claim, or Fula Chebukati murder claim, that President Ruto had spoken about earlier. And that meeting was in Jaramogi Oginga Odinga Foundation Center in Upper. That was by midday Wednesday. But according to Jeremiah Kioni, the moment they got there, they realized there was something more serious and something more current, because apparently the other one had been bypassed by the events. And they decided that instead of now talking about that, about the murder claim, which Kenyans were already talking about, they decided to then pick the point, or rather the report by the whistleblower. Now, what the observation that I made, and now that is Jeremiah Kioni, I think let's listen to a bit of that clip.
The name of Samoei Ruto was far from the truth. When we went to the Supreme Court, our main request was that servers be opened so that we can see what happened. You all know that if you receive a message, even on your WhatsApp, you can delete it here. Deleting it from your phone does not delete the primary information or data. You can even decide to forward it after you've done your own shenanigans on the message. That does not alter the information that entered into the system at the very beginning. Today, we have received information from a whistleblower. And a whistleblower who, unlike the others, has disclosed his address, his name, and whom you can reach at your own account or at your own time. The document that we have received we have seen on the phone, is fairly voluminous. We will be analyzing it, and I'm sure when the party leader is back, he should be able to make a comprehensive statement on it. But a casual perusal of the document has some very interesting results.
So that is a snippet of that presser that press briefing. And I later realized that when Jeremiah Kioni appeared, when we saw the clip, people were wondering, and in fact Kenyans were asking, why is it that the whole Azimio team were not there in that press? Why did he have to do it alone? That's the point, because if they had gone to do, and even if things changed, that they wanted to talk about the Chebukati murder clip, but then they changed to speak about that, why didn't all of them go there? I have already did my soul searching, my searching, speaking to some journalists who had got an invitation, that the team that were there was majorly made of ODM, and then the Jeremiah Kioni, who was the Jubilee leader there. So they decided that maybe the host of the ODM team that could be there to stay away and maybe don't do it. And if you've been keen, you'll realize that not even a single member of parliament, the Azimio Twitter team, or the social media team that normally advance some of these agendas in social media, have been technically quiet about it. They've taken a retreat, even though the issue is, like Jeremiah Kioni is now trending in Twitter and it's a big conversation going on. But the Azimio Twitter battalion is a little bit quiet, and that silence seems to be on both sides. Neither the Kenya Kwanza team nor the Azimio. I can speculate that perhaps they have decided to keep quiet so that they wait, wait and see how the other side react. Then within no time it can blow up. I know it's just silence now, but in the next few hours, this will be a full-blown conversation. Now, this is what I realized. That Vanguard Africa Foundation, when you search, it's just search, we are building campaign for democracy, that's our website. We are cutting-edge non-profit that partners with Africa's visionary leaders to support democracy and free and fair election. They partner with leaders to support Africa's visionary leaders to support free democracy. And if they work through a partnership, then the question here is this: did they partner with Fulenche Bukati or IBC or the Azimio team? Who do you think they partnered with? Now, when I also did more research, I realized that the organization is behind, or was founded by Jeffrey Smith, who is an American activist, social development activist. This is that American guy is a man that wielded a lot of influence and shared tables with the who's and who's in the United States of America. So when I realized that, I said, so on a matter that touching more into this, it is coming at a time where Azimio team held their position, their stand, that America and other European countries could have meddled with our election. They hold that position. I don't know whether Raila went to US Leaders Summit, maybe that position changed. But before that, that was their position. So if this report is coming on at this time, what do you expect? What do you think is going on? Because now it also tints the image of the whole thing. And that's why I drew my observation that you cannot wish out the American team in this, America in this, and other foreign powers. As much as this report is coming over now, it could be a partnership, as it said, but there is also a glimpse of who is releasing it or who is behind it. Then I want to look at this directly and say that it's coming at a time Raila is supposed to make a grand return home from South Africa. What do you think is in Raila Odinga's diary? While he was away, President is telling us about a very shallow threat to kidnap and kill Chebukati. Unsubstantiated, because it was just a speech. It was just made in a speech. There is no tangible evidence. There is no complaint lodged to any DCI or something. Maybe it is lodged secretly. And many things have happened. While he was away, he was being told that he won. I'm looking at some three possibilities going on. This report could actually be a tool that Raila team, when it comes back, will use successfully to push Chebukati prosecution. I know it's hot air, wild goose chase. Think about that, because you charging a man who has been touted as the hero, charging a man who has been touted that the hero it will be a tall order, but Raila will push that front. And if I can also see the Arusha card coming into play. The move that was taken by Martha Karua, and my position, I believe that when she made the U-turn to a little bit go down, it was under the influence of the Azimio leadership. So this is a possibility that it will be swing Chebukati. I remember I had said about this some time back, and I think Raila was privy to this. If this organization partnered with the African leaders organizations, then that was Raila Odinga. If I make my position clear. So this can be used as a tool to swing Chebukati against some momentum, and also call for the overall audit of the staff. Because the fact that someone is saying someone from within would be a position then to look that even within there are things that are not right. Number two, this report would push, Raila will still have a card to push reducing Ruto illegitimacy plans, one of which was bungled by then, I think the People's Consultative Forum. It was based on development and on underdevelopment and so. And Raila will still do this to undo Nyanza's softening plot by William Ruto. Going to Nyanza, it was good. On development, we are together. But politically, it was also political softening on the ground. So Raila also has an option to still charge the Azimio voters that, look here, this is the man that loved us. Lastly, I see election reform agenda taking center stage. Election reform agenda. And on this one, it will be pushing more on the ICT that I've been talking about. So this tool is also important because it gives the Raila circle more together to the city that, you know what, we are still pushing. And it gives energy to, areas on democracy pushing further. It's a resource mobilization tool. Look here, I've won elections that have been rigged here and there. And if there are still people who would believe that Azimio still have the energy and the zeal, will still support them, even if it's not Raila Odinga. But if you can still go and convince some people who are interested and will support that, okay, we won. So if you support us, we support another candidate, give us funds, it can be. So this will be a resource mobilization tool also in my observation. I don't want to think, guys, but that was my take.